You're saying what?
You've learned so far this semester. It can be like an academic thing or a hard skill.
Oh, you dog.
You all did that at the exact
You went to the notes too.
That's all right.
It's okay.
Are you on media today?
We're all on media today.
Media capture.
Yes.
Good plan.
Good time.
So I know some of these things, like, you may not have an exact moment when you learn them, but I'd like you to think about, like, when you learned it. So, Ronnie, when did you learn how to speak with conviction? Like, do you know, where was it?
It was in the poem when parents meet in.
Okay, where did you learn to backpack stuff?
On the Oahu's.
Nathan, where did you learn to kayak?
Out there on
That
the
was much fun.
on the river when we were the first time riding.
You learn how to stay with a host family. So this thing is like, I'll speak about it more later, but all of like really cool and important lessons are most of them aren't taught in classrooms. Okay. So over the semester, I've improved in my ability to remain open to continuous learning. To be excited to learn something, no matter what the handles on the clock say, or if the calendar points at a Sunday. Before I came to Altar, I thought classrooms worked from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. Well, actually, no. Wayland has its Saturday classes, but they're very different than Altar Saturday classes. These classes are just like any other days. It could have been a Thursday on a Saturday, for all I knew. I remember being utterly fed up with those days we were forced to be in a class on a weekend. All the words of the classes of the day just slipped my mind because I made no effort to even pay any attention. It was a Saturday. Saturday classes at Altar were different. I remember the first Saturday very clearly. After discovering that Saturday classes were subject-specific, I was not excited for math and science, my least favorite subjects. A full day stuck in a class learning about my least favorite subjects, it did not seem appealing. However, I was shocked when we were told to load up on the bus and headed out to a river. Instead of teaching us how to measure stream flow, Dan and Ned had decided to make us measure the stream flow of the river. There we were, one group upstream, one group downstream. We measured the width of the river, how deep it was at every meter, and how fast it flowed at a given length. I vividly remember thinking, this is fun. Because at that moment, I was so engrossed in learning that I didn't care that it was a Sunday or I was on a river. I was learning about that river's stream flow. One of the Altar mottos is, when we need a classroom, the world awaits. I love the idea of that. The concept that learning isn't confined to the four walls of a classroom, or that it extends so much that it confines to the geographical limits of the world. If I kept a tight learning schedule here at Altar, I would have missed 70% of the things being learned. I would not have learned how to hitch a truck in Chile at 10 p.m. at night, or discovered how many moles of sausages it would take to go to the sun. I learned Spanish in an authentic Mapuche tribe. Granted, it was with this old man at 10 p.m. at night, too. But hey, and most of the time, I wasn't sure if he was speaking Mapuche or Spanish. But, I mean, they'd take all the endless patience to listen to our gringo accents, and it made me more confident to speak their language. And when I learned about Campbell's hero's journey, I was embarking on my own adventure in the Oahu Canyonlands. We were living what we were learning. After Altar, I believe opportunities to learn are everywhere. I just learned with my dad about something like really cool, like relating to law. And I know before Altar, I would probably been like, Dad, I really don't want to know about this. And then after I discovered, I was like, oh, that's actually really cool to know. And so it's really cool to know that you can be learning like all the time. And then, so you don't have to stop learning just because you're not in a classroom. After all, some of the most important lessons are taught in classrooms. If you're keeping your mind open, you're learning all the time, because learning is not a privilege of school grounds during the academic day. Learning is a privilege of life.
Wait for it. Oh, he's coming.
Oh yeah.
Just a second.
Just stand up there.